Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We have the prayer and the pledge by Councilman Troy Como.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this great day. We thank you for the freedoms we enjoy to be able to meet here tonight. We ask that you watch over and bless this meeting as we conduct the business of our community. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas.
Present.
Councilmember Brooke Marcotte. Here. Councilmember Warren White.
Here.
Councilmember Troy Como.
Here.
Councilmember David Merrill.
Here.
Councilmember Ron Davis.
Here.
Councilmember Dan Darl.
Here.
Thank you. Do you have any comment cards? Seeing none, let's move to item 2A.
Acceptance of the minutes, regular meeting of August 19th, 2025, which will be published on September 3rd, 2025.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas and Councilman David Merrill. Is there any comments on our meeting of August 19th? Hearing and seeing none, please vote your machines. Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, 3A.
Pat Carline to discuss the 25th anniversary of the Sugar Arena and its upcoming events.
Bless you.
How are we doing? My name is Pat Carline. I'm the chairman of the board for the Acadiana Fairground. I've been volunteering out there since 1998, but have been on the board for the last 3 5-year sessions. We are in the process of having a all things fried cook-off on October 18, 2025 for our 25th year anniversary. It's going to be a benefit to help the arena. We're going to be selling boiled shrimp dinners for $15. We're going to have 2 bands. We're going to have on-site camping. We're going to have a 50-50 raffle. It's going to be from 11 in the morning till 6 in the evening. It's going to be $10 for everybody except for 5 to 12-year-olds is $5, and 4-year-olds are free. And we also have vendor space available. There's a registration form that I put in your packet. This is a form that we're going to be using for the cook-off. It's a $150 entry fee for 4 members of the team. This has to be in by October 4th. We're hoping to get quite a few people in there. This is the first time we've had any kind of really big event with bands and everything since the Hot Sauce Festival. Which we haven't had in a long time, but we are looking at trying to get that, bring that back, because a lot of people enjoyed that. Kind of give you a little background about the Acadiana Fairgrounds. We have received a lot of grants and so forth, and we've been doing a lot of, I guess, progress things to get the arena back to the way it was. Of course, this is the arena itself. And we have finally gotten people to sponsor us. We have over 40 sponsors now, which is a great thing because we never had that before. And the sponsors we did have were few in between, but we have gotten a lot of sponsors right now. It's about 176,000 square feet under roof, 260 by 130 feet of fenced-in arena, 120 by 300 covered warm-up areas. It's available amenities, as you see, it's wash racks, 150 plus stalls, 5 acres of parking, on-site concession stand, and 45 RV hookups, 30 and 50 amp. Now, the parking, I'm going to get a little bit into that a little bit later because we have gotten additional parking now. Of course, we use it for horse shows, rodeos, cattle shows, festivals, motocross derbies, circus, music festivals, 4-H events, and much, much more. Where'd it go? We built a brand new announcer stand with open windows and a brand new sound system. It's air conditioned. That's on the back side of it. That's how we get into it. It's been very useful ever since we put it in. They have really liked it because the other one we had was a wooden one and it was all open. So every time dust comes, dust got into it and really messed up things. We put in a new lighting system, a fire alarm system, and camera security system. We have LED lights now all the way throughout the facility. We have, of course, our camera system. And of course, we put in a brand new security system as well as a fire alarm system. The other one was so old that it needed to be replaced. We put a new sunscreen to block out the sunlight, so when the horses come back after the barrel racing, it doesn't blind them, because there's a blind spot right there. For some reason, the sun always hits in that one particular area. We redid all the bathrooms with new facilities, both men and women. We redid the concession stand area, put a new area for serving and so forth. Of course, we've got put a whole lot of new stalls, a lot of new piping all the way around. That's being done, and as we speak, we still have a little bit more to do, but it makes a big difference being able to branch off. So when they come, like for instance, this past weekend we had the Brahma Show bull, and let me tell you what, it really came in handy having all these stalls fixed like we did. And of course, we're painting now. We have a new parking lot, basically what you say, provided by Energy after they have finished the project. What we did is we got together with them and allowed them to use the property next door to us, which was it was just grass and mud and so forth and so on. And they came in and they probably put in 30 or 40 loads of shell. They put stuff on the bottom, they cut it all real well. This area is huge, okay? And we used it this weekend for a lot of the trailers that they brought for the horses, and it was great for the bulls and everything. And I'm hoping, and I don't know how this would work, you know, with the city and the parish working together. Used to, they had the fair out there, long time ago. And one of the problems that I know that y'all had was the fact that there was no parking. People didn't know where they were parking on the streets, whatever. Well, now we can put the fair in one or two of the areas, and the rest of it's parking, and we have a lot of parking now. I don't know if y'all have ever gone out and looked at it or been by it, but you need to go by and see what we've done. This is a big improvement, and it didn't cost us a thing. You know, by allowing them to have a lay down area, they in turn reciprocated and said, look, when we finished, we're going to fix it all back up. We're going to bring more loads of stuff in to make sure all the holes and everything and all the drainage is working like it's supposed to. So we're going to have a nice, you know, big parking lot. And of course, there's another view of it. So I just wanted to kind of show that to y'all, to kind of let y'all know what's been going on out at the arena. We have really upscaled it. Our commissioners are doing an outstanding job. We are trying to get the bathrooms air conditioned and enclosed. Okay, that's one of the things that we're working on right now. And as everything else, you need money. Okay, so we're still working on some more grants and some other things that we can work on. We've gotten new tractor, new lawnmowers, new everything. I mean, we are really trying to get that place, and we've painted it. So you almost have to come out and look, okay? And I know the 4-H used it for the what's happening on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. They'll be out for the festival. They'll be using that.
Market show.
Yeah, correct. So they'll be using that, okay? And it's nice to be able to have people come in and, you know, look at the money they brought in just for this thing that we had this weekend. Okay, we're here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and left Sunday. And you know, they stayed in the hotels, they stayed, you know, at the restaurants in the area, and that's one of our biggest things that we've had. And it's like that every year. They come back every year because they said that they really like the way that we treat them and the way that we have the arena set up. It's just remarkable. So if y'all get a chance, I'd like for y'all to come out and look at the arena, see what things have been done. I know it's been probably 3 or 4 years since we've been doing all this. But as the years, we're getting more and more, getting more things. We've got a lot more things planned. It's just gonna, like I say, it just takes money, so we're working on that right now. And once we get the funds, then we'll go to town and do some more work. I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention, because I didn't know if a lot of y'all have been out there lately or anything else.
Yeah, I've been out there. I've been a judge for the chili cook-off for the past few years.
Yes.
So I've been out there for about 4 years
Oh, okay.
for the chili cook-off as a
Yeah,
judge.
that's another big event.
Yes,
Yeah, so
it
St.
is.
Jude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
St.
it
Jude,
is.
yeah.
Thank you
Very,
so
very
much
well.
thank you so much for your work.
Oh, you're
It's,
well. Yes.
I know you've been at it a long time, and
Ooh,
it's
yes. I
got a
facility's really looking good. Sure.
What's the bookings look like moving forward?
Pardon me?
You have a lot of bookings
Oh,
set?
yes, we do, yeah.
I
A
heard
lot
they
of
did.
barrel racing, a lot of sorting, where they come in and they move, they give it a number and they move whatever.
That's good.
A lot of that. I mean, the calendar's full.
That's great. Great
You know,
news.
And we keep doing it, keep getting booked, and we just want to get some new things if we can.
Yeah.
I really would like to, we're working on trying to hopefully maybe get a rodeo out there.
Right.
People like rodeos, they like bull riding and all that other stuff.
All that wouldn't happen without your hard work and dedication, that's for sure. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Pat, all those improvements y'all did in the last 3 years, that was all from capital outlay money from the,
Actually, it wasn't capital outlay, it was money that we got, well, I say it's not capital outlay. It's monies that they had left over. One of them was a $400,000 grant or whatever that we were able to get. We haven't been able to, we don't have anything from actually capital outlay
but
yet.
the money comes from the parish,
No, it comes from the state.
the state, that's all.
Yes.
So all that state money goes through the parish to y'all. Y'all don't do it directly. It has to go through the parish, all your funding?
Yes, it does.
But all those improvements came from state money.
Correct. Money
Okay.
that we asked for and had got together with the senators and the representatives and, I can't think of the gentleman's name that's in Abbeville that has the bank and the pharmacy. He's retired.
No,
He's out.
you're thinking about Fred Mills. in
Yeah,
Brookbridge.
Fred
Oh,
Mills.
yeah, but that's
Fred
St. Martin.
Mills,
Yeah,
Brookbridge.
St. Martinville, yeah.
Fred
Yeah.
Mills really helped me a lot. He and I were back and going and so forth and so on, and he helped, and other person is Craig Romero. Craig Romero still wants this thing going, and I told him, I said, as long as I can do it, I'm gonna keep doing it. He says, he's glad I was in there because a lot of stuff hadn't been done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was glad to hear what y'all doing, because I remember a long time ago when I was on the council and y'all put this together, and it really had never came to what it was supposed to be from what y'all wanted it to be. So it's good y'all got a lot of stuff planned. I want to ask what bands y'all gonna have. I don't see it on the
It's on
program.
yeah, it is. On
It
the
is?
right-hand side, near the top, it says, well, it
No, there's
doesn't,
no
does it?
bands on here.
Huh,
No,
nope, they don't have that.
no.
It's a surprise.
I thought it did.
And I'm saying I just asked because I'm pretty sure people would want to know what everything else you got on here.
Huh, they gave it, this must be a different one because the one that I had previously, you got just 1 second? Because it was put on there, the two bands that would be playing because it told them what time they were gonna be playing.
Right.
What's about Big Day? Yeah.
Brittany Poole and the Bad Boys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
We got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there it is. See, I thought it
Okay.
was, yeah,
All
11
right.
a.m. to 2 p.m. is Brittany Poole, and then at 3 to 6 is the Bad Boys.
All right.
I knew I had it there somewhere.
Yeah, I asked a question on that, and
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see us maybe look at doing some things that they do inside of the city limits to combine with that as well, you know?
Correct.
And that way we can work together on stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 'cause-
That's the only way things are gonna get done. I mean, you just
Yeah.
can't sit on your stuff and not get, we just need to get the people out there. you know.
Correct.
When, back in '98, man, we had volunteers left and right, all the way, whatever, but then right before and after COVID,
Just died out.
it died out. We couldn't get volunteers. We couldn't, it's just one of those things.
Y'all spent a lot of money, and the extra parking made a big difference too.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
so-
and not having to spend any money,
Right.
that's what
Yeah, that was a
really,
plus.
so that would have really cost, I mean, could
Right.
you think about it, what, 30 loads of,
Limestone?
limestone?
Right.
The big trucks, not
Mm-hmm.
the little small ones, but the big ones. Yeah, they were coming in left and right, dumping and thing, and then, you know, they fixed the land up properly like it needed to be done, and they've worked with us very well. You know, I was surprised when I talked to them a week ago that I was able to get them to move some of their stuff to one side of the parking lot because they were almost finished, and so that way we would have availability for the.
Right. Right.
Because, I mean, there was no parking. Once people started parking and so forth and so on, they were parking crazy, and you know they just.
And that was kind of unusual when they first did it because it looked like to me a big area should have been there for parking for the RVs and all the other stuff that they have with the people that come out there.
Now
you
they
know?
do have that. They have them along the side, parking along the side, and all the way around the building.
Okay.
So
All
they
right.
do have that facility available for them. Like I said, we have 45 to 50 sites that can be hooked up.
Good. Glad to hear y'all got a lot of events planned. So
We
that's
are,
good.
and we're hoping to get more.
All right.
You know, as
Thank
long as
you.
we can get these people to keep coming back, you know. But I really would like to get the rodeo. That's one
Right.
thing, the high school rodeo, and I think I really would like to get them.
Thank you, sir,
All
very
right,
much.
Thank you.
Everybody good?
Thank you.
All right, at this time, I'd ask that we need to expand the agenda. This is a change order that popped up on our combination road and sewer project, which is Pollard Street. So I got it in front of you in the blue. If you could take a look at it, and if we could get a motion.
Nope.
Oh, you gotta read it first.
Expand the agenda to discuss and consider the following item, resolution number 2598, a resolution approving change order number 1 for the fiscal year 2024 City of New Iberia Street Improvements Project, asphalt overlay, and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith. The purpose of this expansion is to authorize contractors to expedite repairs to Pollard Street.
Move.
Do I have a motion? Councilman Dan Dahl, I have a motion, and Councilman Ron Davis. Thank you. Is there any discussion on this item? What's happening is Pollard Street is in really bad shape, as we all know, and they're running across patches as they're uncovering. This is beginning the sewer work. They're moving their trench boxes, because we're 10 feet deep is where the sewer line is. As they're moving their boxes, it's only making issues worse. So there are big voids, and I don't think we're done with this. I think this is the beginning of this. The area, as they work down the street, is actually in worse shape. So unfortunately, we will have more of these. We have decided that, and what's happening is, it's so bad and it's so deep, the only thing you can do is put fillcrete. So we're gonna run the fillcrete through the road program as a cost, because it will stabilize for what we're building on top, although they're incurring it during fixing the sewer. But we have the same contractor, which is interesting. We got two different engineers, so we've been going back and forth all morning trying to figure out a way to do this, but I think this is the simplest way. And now we have a procedure as we proceed down the road, and unfortunately, I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but unfortunately, I think the worst has yet to come.
Correct.
So this will set kind of a way to do this. We'll have unit prices, both monitors, because both engineering firms have monitors on the site. So the two of them will coordinate and look at look, if it comes in a truck and it fits in a hole, there's no compaction because it's fillcrete. If 7 yards show up and they calculate 7 yards, 7 yards are going in the hole. I mean, that's just how it's gonna work. But the two monitors will agree to that, coordinate with the engineers, so that we can have our normal unit cost pricing. But for right now, I got a giant trench box in the street and a giant hole that I need to fill to keep the project moving.
So Mayor,
Yes.
is it crossing Marie Street or not? We talking about from Marie Street all the way to
No,
Oak?
sir. No.
It's not going,
Started in Marie.
It started at Marie.
The sewer project started in the middle of the Marie Street. There's a
Right.
manhole there. That was
Yeah.
their start point, and they're moving north towards Oak. And they're going all the way to Oak Street, I believe, with the sewer repair.
so any of the elevation of the main sewer is gonna be changed?
No, it's all, from my understanding, it's all replacing I know there's what Craig said and Susan said, there was a belly in one of the lines. They're
Yes.
gonna straighten all that out. They're gonna put it back on grade, but it should be back at the same
That's just because
elevation.
our base was so weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same force main, we're not changing that?
It's gravity.
It's
all
gravity.
Gravity, I
It's
mean, we're
gravity.
not changing that, we just straighten it up?
No, they're ripping out the whole.
No,
The whole
pipe-
thing.
Yeah,
All
Okay,
the
that's what I
pipes are
thought.
coming
Brand
out,
new.
but they're going
Okay.
back at the same elevation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I wanna make
Mine
sure
is the dip. Mine
the
is
whole
dip.
line was being changed.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
as they're excavating the road, they're working in a 5 foot wide trench in the middle because that's where the sewer line is. So when they're opening this up, in some areas, there's a void that's bigger than the 5 foot area. So in one instance today, they were digging, and as soon as they dug, the concrete collapsed because there was a 3 foot void under the concrete. Basically, the only thing that was holding the concrete up was the concrete was holding itself up.
Somebody backfilled with sand a million years ago when they fixed the road,
Yeah.
which is not.
And with a leaky sewer line, that sand disappears.
So that main, is going down the center, almost a Pollard.
It's dead center of the
Okay,
road.
cause that's somebody asked me, that's what I'm questioning about. And then the homeowners coming into that main.
Correct.
Okay, are we replacing from that main to the property line of the homeowner?
If the line is damaged, they're supposed to smoke check and test every homeowner's line as they're going through it. And if the line is damaged or leaking, they're supposed to replace it up to the property line, from what I understand.
And one more question,
Yeah, sure.
because some people calling me, since my district is, if their house, the one that's calling me, has some trouble with sewer, I told them they gotta look at that and if they gotta change it. But some of those homes, maybe not on Pollard, in some other places around town, they come and they wire off to the two homeowners using one pipe coming to the main. If that's the case, they could go back with that one pipe back to the wire. I know that's not your job, but,
From what I understand, is what's there is what they replace.
okay.
They're not running anything new, they're only replacing in kind what's damaged
Okay.
or doesn't meet the specification.
And-
I don't know how many they've changed out. When I talked to the guy last week, a lot of the ones they found were still in serviceable condition, so they hadn't changed any, like at the beginning of the street, so I don't know. I haven't been out to site this week to.
Man, what's the construction of that big pipe gonna be?
It's-
Back steel or is it gonna be
It's
PVC?
plastic. It's,
Plastic?
Plastic.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
Councilman, Dave Merrill, you had.
Yeah, I'm looking at the increase to the 16,593. From the, everything that we've been talking about. Huh?
None.
No, everything we've been talking about, I'm saying is a good possibility that's gonna increase some more.
Yeah, this just basically sets a line item to give us a unit price we can work at. The first hole was 7 yards.
Right.
We found one today that was bigger than that,
Okay,
and we're not even at what we believe is the worst part of the road. So,
That's why I said.
we can be into another
I mean, on a
$30,000 range or
on a
something.
unit rate project, once we're done, we're gonna consolidate those costs.
Okay.
And see where we are financially, and we'll balance those street budgets as we finish them. We do that as we go through, that way we kinda know where our costs are
All right,
and make
cool.
adjustments.
We pretty good as far as extra.
We are, sir. We had some money set aside for change orders. I know that this is the first street, so that's a little, crazy, but we're good. And if you remember, we have a $500,000 from the state. We
Right.
are gonna hire Bear Auto Habits very soon when we get to go ahead to engineer every other street remaining in the city.
Okay.
And that's gonna set the pick for next year to get additional money from the state. So, yeah, I think we're in as good a shape as we can be.
All right, thank you.
Councilman Ron Davis?
Getting back to what Mr. Dahl was speaking of, the sewer taps that go into the main right there. I know it's an older section of town. Would that be that old terracotta pipe, or is that?
A lot of it is.
So you're gonna have to change that out, or does
No.
it tie in good or not?
What the guy told me was they smoke test it, and if there's no smoke detection, there's no smoke leaks, they leave it in place. Some of it's still in good shape. It really just depends. That's on their scope of work to verify with Domain Zabo. They're supposed to make the call whether it gets replaced or not. But that's just what I was told. I'm not really inspecting the sewer part. We're kind of just working hand in hand, and because we got half road project and half sewer project going on at one time. It's kind of a specialty deal right here. You don't normally have.
No.
I was just wondering, being that we're putting the Field Creek is gonna be almost like a new concrete street, basically. You wouldn't wanna go back in and start to breaking
No,
up the
well, that's
street and
thing is,
patching up and
Once
whatever.
they finish the sewer work, we're gonna be going through the whole street.
Right.
Basically, doing a heavy repair and overlay with that street. So that's, their scope is they're supposed to check them as they go.
Sewer could be more than a street.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
It will be.
It will be.
With all the stuff they got.
Yeah.
It's a big undertaking.
It
It's
is.
It's a deep hole.
Yeah.
On this side?
So 16,593, is that anticipating some more
Yes.
problems downpour? That's not just for that one problem I saw?
No.
No.
I'm throwing a magic number at it to give
Okay.
us a placeholder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I have no idea if we're gonna exceed it or not.
yeah, because I passed by there and saw it, I said,
Yeah, like I said, the first hole we found was a 7-yard hole, and the one we found today is bigger than the first hole.
15-yard
So,
hole.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna be a 15-yard hole. We may not hit another one until we get further down the street. I know we're gonna hit one further down.
When we get by
because-
Davis?
Yeah, no,
Oh, wait,
past
past Davis,
yeah.
And-
man, we got
and you
a
feel
big one coming.
comfortable that these sinkholes are gonna pass compaction for the new road on top of it?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I put
Field
Field
Creek self-leveling, self-compacting material. I
Okay,
mean,
understood.
it fills the void. I mean, and we're talking that stuff is 6 to 10 foot thick. It's not going anywhere.
Okay. That's my,
It's gonna be good.
Okay, hang on. Anybody else on this side? Then I'll go back to Councilman Ron Davis.
How long is this project? It's from where to where?
It starts at Marie Street and we're going to Oak Street. So it's that
Oak.
whole block of Pollard, basically.
Not too long.
3 blocks.
Okay.
But the whole street, it encompasses the whole street. It's about 45 days for them to do the sewer work. That's their anticipated schedule. And as soon as they finish the sewer work, we're gonna start redoing the street, and that's gonna be another 45 days. So they're gonna be on this street's gonna be kind of a hot mess for the next, 3 to 4 months. So,
Put some good detour signs.
yeah, yeah.
You got that,
Any,
good.
everybody good? Okay, we have to, now we need to vote for the expansion. So please vote your machines. Okay, so now we have an expanded agenda. And then I'm gonna need a motion to go into a public hearing.
so moved.
Second.
Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas and Councilman Troy Como on this one. Is there anyone here from the public to comment on this item?
I could have brought them.
You should have.
You did the work for him. Hearing none, I need a motion to close our public hearing.
Motion.
Councilman Troy Como and a second by Councilman David Merrill. Is there any discussion? And please vote your machines. Oh, wait.
Just closing the public hearing.
No, we just closed it, you're right.
Close it, yeah, for this public hearing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Still vote. No, just close.
Just closed.
Right.
Now I need a motion, again,
Motion.
Councilman Dan Dahl, and who had the
Second.
second? Councilman David Merrill. Is there any discussion on this item? The final item. Everybody good? Please vote your machines. You cleared it? All right, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
All right, if you could just give me the recorded copy when you get the time, that way I can update everything. All right, yeah, have a good night.
Sure, I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, too.
Complicated deal. Okay, now we go to item 4A. Madam Clerk?
Ordinance number 2025-23, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to negotiate and execute an agreement by and between the City of New Iberia and New Iberia Health Services Incorporated related to New Iberia Police Department patrol and law enforcement duties.
This is our contract with the hospital. I need a motion to open a public hearing.
So moved.
Motion, second.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas and Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. Is there anyone here to comment on this item? Hearing seen none, I need a motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
Councilman David Merrill, Councilman Ron Davis, thank you all very much. Now I need the main motion.
Motion.
Move.
Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte and
Second.
Councilman Ron Davis. Is there any discussion on the main motion? Everybody good? Then please vote your machines. Thank you very much. 4B.
Special ordinance number 2024-2025-20, an ordinance amending the budget to provide funding for a grass cutting program.
I need a motion to open this public hearing.
Motion.
Second.
Councilman David Merrill, Councilman Warren White. Is there anyone from the public to comment on this item?
When you say the program, that's what you're talking about, just at houses and stuff like that, or what?
No, sir. This is a new program where we set up a portal and cutting companies who are pre-qualified can bid on cutting grass that we cut through Public Works now.
Oh, okay.
We are trying to sub out some of it, if you will.
Got it.
Thank you. Anybody else? Then I need a motion to close our
So
public hearing.
moved.
Second.
Councilmember Gonsalas, Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. Now I need the main motion.
Motion.
Second.
Councilman David Merrill and Councilman Ron Davis for the second. Is there any discussion on the main motion? Am I good? Yes, sir.
Okay, the way they're gonna do it, are they gonna put the property that they need to bid on?
Yes. In other words, you'll have the portal, you'll click on the portal, you'll see a picture of the property and a description of what we want you to do. And then there'll be a bid time that it'll end, and remember, it's a reverse bid. So if it starts at $200, you bid going down, not up. And, but we have to have pre-qualified, contractors.
So they see the bids that they bidding against, right?
Yes, yes,
So they know if someone bid $900, they can bid $800.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then, how many at one time are we gonna do that? Or we just set a batch out, like maybe 20? Or do we put them as fast as we get them?
I want to put them quickly. We
Okay.
have over 70 to do right now.
And how, the time period that they get the bid, 1 week?
I wasn't gonna wait that long.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping we had qualified contracts and it'd be like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, a couple of
Okay.
days.
Yeah.
I was
I
just
was
wondering.
just thinking,
'Cause I didn't want to
if-
delay it anymore.
No, if
than
I
we
have
are.
my choice, once we have some qualified contractors, that has been, and I'm gonna use this is my television commercial right now. You have to have insurance, you have to have there are some requirements for both automotive and liability. There are some other little requirements as well. We haven't had too many contractors, turn back the paperwork yet or qualify yet. That's the next thing that we need. So we do need, qualified contractors who are interested in bidding.
So Mayor, one more question.
Sure.
So when they bidding it, and they getting like 3 of their buddies bidding it, and they can make that price go up or down, however,
Well, it can only go down. It's
It'll
a,
go
it's
down.
a, it's
That's
a
it.
shrinking bid.
do you, if it doesn't go anywhere, then at that point, you make the call and say, look, Public Works gonna have to do it, or no?
Well, what we put up, if someone bids on it, we are gonna
But
get
if
it.
no one bids on it,
Yeah, if nobody bids on it, I can put it up again, or I can just let Public Works cut it.
and they don't have to bid on all of them.
No, they can
pick
look at each one and
Okay.
pick, because there might be some of them they elect, that no one elects to bid on.
Right,
It
that's
could
what
be
I was
just too
wondering
messy.
about.
It could be.
Yeah.
Then Public Works will go get it straight, and then we'll put it back in the pool. Just like, this is something new for us, we've never done this. Few communities have, they're just starting to do this. So if we start our pricing too high, or too low, let's say, we started too low.
It's never too high.
It's never too high. We started too low and we don't get bids, we'll be just gonna have to readjust and put it back
Yeah.
out there.
Correct.
It's gonna be a learning curve on our part as well.
Good, thank you.
Something new.
Yes, sir.
Dean, question. So, I don't know about y'all, but several of us have relatives that own grass companies, not close, but distant relatives. Since this is a public bid law, do ethics violations still apply to them being awarded a city contract? I think from a bid law it's not, but I could be wrong.
Well,
I'm-
you may not be able to vote,
That's what I was about to say.
yeah.
Yeah, you could
You
have a
can't
problem.
vote on it.
No, I could, I'm not, no, I won't vote. I'm talking about the
As an
contract.
experience, my cousin picked up the garbage for years here, okay? And I could have bid on it because he was not my brother. But I did not, just not to make it messy.
So we already bid to approve the grass cutting
So
contract.
there's-
So when they come into Freddie, we're not voting again on each
Yeah, we
individual
don't
contract.
know.
We're not voting on each
You
individual
don't,
contract.
you vote to start the program,
That's it.
you vote to put money in the program.
So there's
That's
kind
really
of,
the only things you vote on.
That's right.
You're not picking the contract.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not, that's what I'm asking.
right, it's more of an ethics question than
Correct.
anything else. And it has to be, there's a certain, relationship.
Yeah, your wife and your brother, I don't care who they are, they're not gonna be able to bid on that.
There's certain relationships that fall in the category and outside of that category. Depending on how distant they are.
Yeah, it doesn't mean your cousin can't, but,
That's
I don't
what I'm
have
saying,
any
'cause-
cousins,
No,
just
but
for
a
the
lot of
record.
us have,
Right.
relatives
Doesn't mean
that
your
cut
cousins
grass.
can't, but,
That's right.
Okay.
there's in-laws and there's a whole list of them.
Okay.
Who had a question next?
Me.
Yes, ma'am. Councilwoman Brooke Markcott.
Y'all have had 0 qualified contractors?
I don't think we've had any yet. We put it on Facebook. What's that? Yeah, we're still working on it. We put it out on Facebook. We're gonna continue. Won't be long. We're probably gonna blast out to every licensed, grass cutter we can find.
So, Did the Facebook post say exactly what you needed to qualify?
No, it just said they were interested, but we've had a lot of inquiries. They don't like the insurance requirements, but it's not something we can give up on. We
Right.
looked at what Lafayette's doing. Abbeville accepted the same program, so has Livingston, so has a few other areas. And I mean, our insurance requirements are high, you know, and they should be. We are taking some liability. We're taking work that city normally does that we're covered and hiring somebody to go on private property. So we've had a lot of inquiries. Could we lower the insurance requirements? We're not going to. We
Okay,
can't.
gotcha.
In other words, we're taking it, we're doing this as something new, but when you take some risk, you gotta negate it some kind of way, and that's why we need the taxes.
Right.
The insurance, sooner or later, somebody's gonna figure out, well, I'll just go up my insurance and, then I don't have a lot of competition. But,
Okay.
it hadn't happened yet, but we are about to reach out. That's next on my list. We wanted to give it a couple of weeks, which we have. Now we're gonna start reaching out and just try to find people who are interested in getting qualified. We're not picking anybody. We can solicit them all and just say, it's there for you to bid on, but they do have to meet the requirements.
Okay.
And Lafayette told me they have the same problem. I talked to the guy who wrote the program, the guy who administers the program, he said the same thing. The biggest complaint they get is people don't like the insurance requirements. But I mean, we
It's a responsibility.
yeah. I mean, we can't take a risk.
Right.
We already are taking a risk, so that's why we need the insurance.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The bids start out based on the actual cost that the city would have to
I'm gonna
do
pick a
this.
cost. I don't know that it will be the actual cost, because when you look at when we cut it, you've got administrative fees, you've got this and that. So I'm in the process of determining
Oh,
that.
gotcha.
And again, if I start it where it's too low that people don't want to bid on it, I'll have to
Yeah,
adjust.
yeah.
I mean, we'll just have to see.
Okay.
Anybody else? Everybody good? Then please vote your machines. Thank you. And if you know any contractors, or, you got a lawn service or whatever, just, talk it up. We do need to I'd like to
Put it
get
out
this
there.
going,
Well, we need to put it out there.
any way we can. Thank y'all. Okay, that was through everything. Motion, public hearing, okay, all good. All right, 4C.
Ordinance number 2025-24, an ordinance amending and reenacting sections 9427 and 9428 of the City of New Iberia Code of Ordinances related to owner notification for weeds and noxious growths.
I need a motion to open our public hearing.
Motion.
Councilwoman Borg Marcotte and Councilwoman Warren White. Anybody from the public to speak on this item?
Yeah, especially on Lewis Street, that piece of property right there on the corner, that used to be owned by the Iberia Parish School Board, or the school, by
Okay.
North Lewis.
Okay.
You know that empty spot, that lot right there?
Yes, sir.
It just grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. Your guys go in and cut like they're supposed to, on the corner, like, around it and so forth. But the guy never seems to hurry up and come cut it. I mean, it grows, this high.
Okay.
It's bad.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else on this item?
I have one too.
Oh, you got a comment? Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was, go ahead.
Well, but it's public comment right now. Why don't we wait till regular comment? Good. So is any more from the public? Then I need a motion to close the public.
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas, Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. Now I need the main motion.
Motion.
Second.
Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte and Councilman Warren White. And I think we have a comment from Councilman David now.
Yeah, I got this, actually on Labor Day, but I told him I couldn't get into it. It was on Weldon and 20 Orbit.
Okay.
And the guy sent me a picture of all of the grass. I don't know if it was a company that did it or whatever.
Okay.
It's all in the street and everything all across. And, I text, Joe this morning on it and sent him
Okay,
a picture
good.
of it, but, it's, if you look at it,
It's not good.
no,
Okay.
it wasn't good at all.
All
so-
right, I appreciate it. And look, our officers stopped. We've sent Rusty Moe to meet with people and tell them they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We've gone to businesses already. The captain's driven up to some businesses and said, hey, your guy cutting the grass can't do
Right,
that. So I mean,
right.
we working on it, but I
Told the
appreciate
guy I
it.
was gonna get with him, we go back in and get somebody to take care of it. you
Yep,
know.
appreciate it.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
so you made some changes with this? I saw the, from the 6 months
Yeah,
to
6
12
months to a year and, there
Was
was
the
two
other
changes.
change?
What was the other one? God.
Five days.
From 10 days to 5.
10 days to 5 days, right, right. Just trying to move it along faster.
That's why I want to make sure we
Yes, sir.
wasn't giving them more time.
No, we're trying to move it along faster, and actually, these changes go up to what the state's doing. So now we just
Good.
mimic what the state's doing.
Thank
Why
you.
we weren't, I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, in that first paragraph, where we're talking about the charge of cost or expense of the property owner, where it says "or," I was just wondering if that should be an "and" instead of an "or" right there. That's in section 9427.
Third to last,
That's the first.
no, but the first one. From the third line, from the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. It'd be about the,
Right above
Fifth lot.
25%.
And the actual cost.
Right, yeah.
where it says and the actual cost thereof shall be charged costs or expense of the property owner. And I'm just wondering if that should be an "and" right there.
To the extent of the actual cost thereof.
Cost, I think you came to the same, just two words describing the same.
Yeah, it kind of says the same thing.
Yeah, the
though.
state law says R.
It says "or"?
Yes.
Okay. Or expense of the property owner.
Cost and the expense of the
It's
same.
revised statute 335062.
Same thing, cost and expense is the same.
So cost or expense, but it's the
Correct.
same thing.
Same thing.
In other words,
Oh, okay,
If I
all
put-
right, all right.
I can call it either
Yes,
one, right?
either one, either one.
Actual
You can actually
cost
call it
or
one.
the
You
expense
can
of
just
the
put
property.
one, instead of getting rid of
Okay,
the
all
"or."
right, all right,
We'll
I get
leave
it
it
now.
like the state.
I get it now, I was a
but
little confused.
We could
there.
probably use either one, yeah, it's kind of a weird way to word things.
It is.
Cool, thank you for that, though. Anybody else? Everybody good? And please vote your machines. Thank you very much. Five A, Madam Clerk.
Resolution number 2595, a resolution awarding contract to Francis Horticultural Services for the City Park Splash Pad Expansion Project and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith.
I need a motion.
Move.
Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas, Councilman David Merrill. Hey, David,
How y'all doing?
want to tell us about our little project?
Yep, last week we accepted quotes for the splash pad renovations in City Park. We had 3 quotes that were submitted. Francis Horticultural Services was the lowest quote at $78,000. Our budget was $70,000. So we talked with the company, found out some value engineering items to help bring that into the budget of $70,000. So that's what we're asking to award the project at.
So they agreed upon.
Yes.
They did, they did.
They had
David
some
worked with
alternates in
them
the
and-
project, but they were gonna add to the base bid, which was gonna increase even more, so we didn't even entertain those.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, and we do have a,
Picture?
do you have that?
No.
Nope, okay.
I don't know.
I'll describe what was being done. So,
Paint the
basically,
picture, Dave.
most of the splash pad elements that we had at City Park are gonna stay, the existing ones, they work fine. There is one element, that's a cascading table, so it's sort of a play table, it's interactive. That item is a lot of pieces, they have had damage to it already. You can climb on it, and it's just not really a safe thing. So we're gonna pull that item up and replace it with, a larger element that's gonna have a, prominent, presence with the rest of the larger features. And then there are 2 smaller elements that are above ground features that are gonna be added. We're gonna actually expand with some concrete. There we go. Go to the next page. Okay, so, the current splash pad is a rectangular shape. We're looking at, on the southern part of the rectangle, there's a curved, addition. That's gonna be new concrete. And then there's item 1 and 2. Those are 2 smaller features that are gonna be added. And then item number 3, which is a large circle on the left, that's gonna be the replacement of the existing one. If you go to the next page, you'll see the yellow element, that's the replacement one. And then the 2 smaller ones are the squiggly poles. So, It's probably gives
So
them a
you could
total.
come into the same spot as it is
Yes,
now?
the exact same
Yes.
water supply.
Okay.
Then the two elements, the silhouettes, those are gonna be on the new concrete, so they're bringing a new water line for those to supply it. And then all the concrete's gonna slope to the existing drains, no new drains or anything like that, so,
That's good.
yeah. And I know we're already working with Public Works as part of like the skate park project. The fence lines are gonna come down, and then kinda help stabilize that area.
So there won't be no fence around it?
Nope.
No.
It'll be
No
just like
water,
at West End Park.
just like that?
Yes.
No water, when it's closed, it's closed.
Yes,
Like at West
Yeah.
End Park.
just like West End.
Thank you.
They have a program that they run when
Yeah.
it's open, when it's closed. They have a valve system they use to operate it all.
Cool, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Everybody good?
So on
Yes, sir.
the sheet right here where we're talking about the base bid, which was 78, but he
Right.
agreed to 70.
Yes.
Then the additional.
We didn't pick
one
them
and
because
two.
it would have just gone up even more. So those were alternates in case the bids came under budget. You gotta be hopeful. We would have added, but we're not, basically, all of those numbers go away, and
right.
David negotiated with the low bidder to work it into the budget that we had.
You did a good job, Dave. Thank you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Everybody good?
So, once this gets awarded, I mean, we're at the end of
Summer.
the season, summer, so next summer it'll be a different splash pad.
Yep. Everybody good? Please vote your machines. Thank you, David.
All right, thank
And the
y'all.
combination of that and the skate park, they're all gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
It's,
Get a new fence around the skate park or no? That old fence coming down?
No,
The
that
old
fence
fence is
is
coming
That's what I
down.
thought.
We
coming
inquired,
down, and we
Well,
have
just
some new
curious.
sidewalks.
we
and-
did talk with the insurance company a few times, just to make sure that the fence
that's what I
wasn't
thought.
needed, and they said no.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I
we
was
might,
hoping it
we
was
might
gonna come
inquire
down.
one more time, just before,
Well, let's not.
Get
That's
it
all
right,
gonna
as
be
long as you
cleaned
got it
up
in
in
writing.
Park.
yeah,
My budget is good right now.
yeah.
It's not great, though. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, David.
Yep.
All right. 5B, Madam Clerk.
Resolution number 2596, a resolution authorizing up to $20,000 to be used for a City of New Iberia spay and neuter program.
Okay, this is a very interesting discussion. We were trying to be proactive. If you remember, the parish came in a while back and said that they had $10,000. They were gonna do a spay and neuter program. They were gonna start in the city. We all thought it was a really good idea. We realized, talking to vets, talking to a lot of people that kind of are in the dog world, that you can build a shelter the size of whatever and it's gonna get filled. The answer is spay and neuter. So we were in the process of being proactive, not saying we won't do it, but I got a lot of stories to tell. So we took $20,000, put it aside, saw the year was ending, our budget was ending, said, man, we could do this. So I put, let's do spay and neuter for $20,000. Now, what we're thinking is we would partner with a vet clinic. We might partner with the parish, but they haven't even started the $10,000 spay and neuter. So we were gonna talk to various vets, try to find a way to work a program. It is very easy just to educate, everybody. It's really easy to do a cat because you can let the cat back go, all right? You can't take wild dogs and spay and neuter them because then you have the liability of letting them back out. A dog will bite, a dog will attack, where, for the most part, a cat won't. So we have only found one city in the country that, try to spay and neuter on dogs. So that's not really an option. We would have some decisions to make. Do we offer a discount? Can we even pay for some citizens for a dog? We would have to research that. So I was in the process of beginning to research that, and a couple of things happened, okay? We talked about it at the last meeting, the pack of dogs that have been running around town. The chief sent a letter to kind of get the parish's attention and say, these dogs are gonna eventually hurt someone. They're killing cats, they're killing dogs. We need you to follow the contract and pick them up. On Thursday evening of last week, now this agenda's out, everything's cool. I get a phone call from the parish president, and he says, I will not be renewing the contract in March. Okay, so he basically says, I quit.
That's right.
Now, if you remember 2 years ago, he said he sent me a letter that said, I'm not gonna do it, okay? So we negotiated and, we pay, remember when we started this, we paid $21,000 when I got here in 2017. We pay $171,500 every year. In addition to that, the parish takes some of our city tax dollars that go to the health unit and applies them to the dog shelter. So of city tax dollars, we pay $200,000, all right? So the chief and I had been talking from the pack of dogs, again, before I got the phone call, and we had even thought, well, what if we bite the bullet and we hire, won't be a police officer, but we hire a civilian, and they work through the PD, and I get my cage back because we loaned the cage to the parish when we entered into the first contract. So give me my cage back. I'll find a truck to put it on, and we'll pay for a person who will run around and collect these dogs.
That's what we need.
And bring them.
Yes.
Okay, well, I offered that. I didn't expect the phone call. I offered that to the parish president. He told me, nope, not interested. I said, okay. So then I proceeded to ask him if he was going to stop collecting in Jeanerette, Lorville, and Delcombe. He told me no, he was going to continue to collect there. So he's just doesn't want to do the city. Now, he's supposed to be sending me a letter, but I had to bring it up because I'm about to spend $20,000 on a spay and neuter program. So my suggestion is I'm waiting on the letter, but and the contract says either party can cancel. So that gives us 6 months. So in 6 months, we could be faced with having no shelter to bring animals to and nobody to pick them up. So that is a dilemma. I look back through my notes from 2 years ago when I got a letter that said we're not going to do it anymore, 2 years ago from the parish. To build a dog shelter, I'm just going to go round figures. To build a dog shelter is $2 million. We don't have the luxury. The parish has an older dog shelter that's long been paid for. They're about to spend $1 million on a renovation or I don't know, a new, I don't know the details, but they're spending money on something there, but they already have a big facility. So we don't have anything. So I can tell you, being a contractor and a designer for a very long time, it's $2 million. When you look at running a shelter, of course, there's a cost with that. So, we can look into that. The next thing is you find money. So if you get capital outlay money, well, that's a simple math. Take your $2 million, you're going to need a $600,000 match to get, if you get the capital outlay dollars. So we do have a unique situation. We do have a bit of a pickle that we have been put into. I'm going to figure it out. So at this point, I really like the idea of the spay and neuter, and it was already on the agenda. I think we should hold off on that. I mean, I don't want to go and proceed with that and then realize in 6 months we're looking at something that, I don't know, I think it's insurmountable. I don't know how we're going to get there. But I don't want to spend $20,000 spaying and neutering some cats when we could have a bigger problem. So I guess I'm just telling you as a council, putting you on notice, I guess we're going to get a letter. I have to plan that we are and start looking at what might be some options. And you can't. One time before, 2 years ago, I'll backtrack. I thought, well, I built a lot of angel paws. Maybe I can go give them money to help us. They can't handle what they have. I mean, and it's a matter of, they're a total volunteer group. So, yes, they need money, and people do contribute to them, and that's a good thing because they do some great work. On the flip side, I can't go dump a bunch of money on them because they can't handle what they have. I mean, their shelters are full. They have the same problem that we all have. I'm not knocking the parish. The parish's shelter is full. And we are the largest city, so we contribute, which was why I didn't mind paying half the cost. I didn't like it. It was better at $21,000, but at, what we're paying of $200,000, it's justified because we have such a big problem. So I don't really have the answer yet. I do think we're in a pickle. I think we should just pull back and just take no action on the $20,000, but I had to take it to story. I couldn't come and say, hey, I changed my mind on spay and neuter. Let's not do anything. So this is a new issue, new challenge. I'm opening up the floor and we'll talk about it. Yes, sir. Councilman
Mayor,
Gandol.
who keeps the record of how many dogs they pick up or store or whatever you want to call it?
House, store.
House,
The,
whatever.
the parish.
So could we get those? I
Oh,
would like to
sure.
know how
Yeah,
much
I can
a little
ask
audit.
for
I mean,
that.
that's a lot of money, $200,000.
It is.
And then we're up here talking about working together. And the last I saw, and you made the mention about every area around New Iberia, they're gonna pick up the dogs, not the city. But last I saw, we were part of the parish.
Hmm?
And it just blows my mind. For something that everyone benefits, not me, not you, not us, the whole community. To send a letter or a phone
I don't
call,
have
not
the
a
letter
letter yet,
Yeah.
to do
Yeah, I
something
don't have the letter yet.
that is gonna hurt the community more than hurt anybody else. And like you said, I was on the council when we had the thing on, Amber Doyle,
Yeah,
Long
yeah.
time
Across the
ago.
Taco
a
Bell.
long time ago.
On the city still owns the property.
Right. And we thought this was the most efficient way of doing it. It's a service. I mean, I just don't understand is, how can you say, we're the parish, but we're gonna help everybody but the city? But it can help Laurelville, Jeanerette, Delcom? Come on, dude. I mean, legally, I don't know if they can do that or not, but, and not even an option saying, look, Mayor, maybe for another 30 grand, we'll continue. Not even an option.
Yeah, well, I'm still, I don't have a letter yet, so I
Well, a phone
wanted-
call is,
Yeah, I wanted to have
Almost
this
as good as a letter.
discussion, and I'm still hopeful, you know, if there's a way to work it out, we want to. We realize we have we do have a problem with that pack of dogs, but we realize that we have, you know, bigger challenges than that. This is, you know, in government, you're supposed to look for long-term solutions. You know, that's the bad thing of a 2-year contract or a 1-year contract, you know. But, you know, we never said we were gonna build our own because we looked at it, I thought about it, we discussed it, when I realized it was, and the cost could be more. It was $2 million a couple of years ago. All of our costs, you know, on every project has risen. Could be more than that. But when we realized that we couldn't afford it, you know, we said, well, we got half the dogs, we'll pay half of, you know,
And
what we
it's-
need to.
and then it says in 6 months.
Yeah,
right.
well, there's 6 months left in the contract.
Well, so it's not like in a year, y'all
No, I
might
don't-
wanna get your stuff
We
together.
don't have a lot of, if it holds true like it is, we don't have a lot of time, sir.
Well, I just think it's sad. But I understand. I'm sure the money he's supposedly adding on, doing whatever, is taxpayers' money. I'm sure it's taxpayers' money.
Yeah, I don't.
I just don't get it.
The tax
because-
collected is taxpayers.
Well,
I'm saying,
Well,
he's using taxpayers'
well,
money
all I say
to do
is,
something.
yo, no,
and
I
it's
say
gonna
this
hurt
all the
community.
time. Government can't spend anything it didn't take from somebody else. That's kind of a crude way of
So
saying
maybe we
it,
should
but
get a
everything,
credit.
everything we do is tax
Maybe we
dollars.
should get a credit, all the citizens of New Iberia, from money that they using, that they paying, that they can't go have a dog show. Maybe we can look into that.
I don't know, sir.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. Councilman David Mayor.
I think what you're saying made a lot of difference too. I think we need to wait. We all need to talk about this and see what kind of solutions we can come up with. But we might can look at something like a partial shelter type of thing too. Maybe we might be able to look at something like that as well. You know, I'm saying we can't take a motion and just go in on and build a $200 million shelter. $2 million, but.
You know, the issue, what's weird is, you know, I'm gonna sound kind of crazy, but dogs have rights too. So when you look at what needs to be done for the animals, you know, it's more than just, people just think kennels, okay?
Right.
But you've got a medical part, you've got an adoption part, you've got, you know,
quarantine
bathing,
days.
you've got quarantine area for sick dogs, you've got separation of dogs and cats, you've got a ton of other little, you know, regulations you gotta follow. They've changed. When I built a couple of big dog kennels, and I have, they used to be able to have trenches behind the kennels, and every morning they'd wash them out. Now they don't want that body fluid mixing, because if parvo or some other disease, you'll wipe out all the dogs. All that has to be piped in now. Now it's not like the old days that you just wash it and send it on its way. Now it's got to go to a treatment plant. Can't enter our sewer system unless it's treated. So, you know, there's just a lot of other things that when you think about, well, I'm gonna do a partial one,
Right.
where you draw the line on partial, it becomes very complicated because you have to have all those pieces.
Right. And I'm just
so it's
saying, just
interesting.
for
No, I know, you're just trying
example
to,
of, because we don't know how long this thing is gonna go. you know, for we have to do something, you
Right.
know, so.
Well, right now, we think it's 6 months, so,
Yeah.
and I will keep you posted because it is gonna be a change.
I did hear about the, that situation before you got the call too. It's already going around in the community.
Huh, okay, I'm the last to know?
It's out there.
Okay, well, thank you. Yes, sir.
Mayor, I'm just curious, because it does sound like it's a pickle. What were we doing before we partnered with the parish?
Well, this has been a long and winding road, okay? I don't know have all the facts because I wasn't here, but one time, many years ago, the city and parish tried to combine a dog shelter. They fought like cats and dogs, and it didn't work, so they split it, okay? Around the same time, they tried to consolidate the police department, okay? But for a while, they tried to do it. It didn't work. So then we ended up having our own. The parish had its own. The PD went away. Think about it. The PD was gone for 14 years, and we're on our 8th year, I think. Okay, so that's quite a few years ago. So we didn't have a dog catcher. When we had a dog catcher with the PD, they were bringing it to the parish. So the old dog shelter that we remember on, you know, across from Taco Bell and Almadal was 30-something years ago, okay? So for quite a few years, the old PD brought the dogs to the parish. Then sheriffs came in, they had a dog catcher. Then PD came back and it was still the parish. So it's been a very long time since the city has had to have a shelter, or really a dog catcher either.
So I'm sure at this point we'll be looking into what other areas are doing. and
Already doing
see
that,
if we
sir.
have a- yeah,
Already
I
doing
assume
that
we
like
are.
crazy.
Yeah, I assume we are.
Because I mean, I feel, you know, we're gonna let a lot of people down. We're gonna let a lot of dogs down, we're gonna let a lot of people down, and we're gonna have more issues like we're having now that, you know, the police department is concerned about. You know, we do have dangerous dog ordinances that have to be dealt with and enforced. Issues are gonna come up. I mean, we know that already, so, yeah. It's a weird spot. Yes, sir. Councilman Giacomo.
So, question, do we have a dog catcher in place? Does the parish have a dog catcher employed right now?
We pay in the $71,000, and you'll have the contract in the packet. Y'all didn't have it last night. In the $71,000, we pay half of a salary, I think it's 28,000 and something, for a person that is supposed to be assigned to the city to catch up the dogs. I'm not sure that we have that. We have asked and we have had issues, and they do come put traps out. That, you know, do we have the guy like on the cartoon with a big net? I don't know, sir.
So I would like to make an official request and even go a little bit further to ask for an audit about where our money was been spent. I think the people deserve that explanation.
Okay.
Because a couple of the calls that I'd like to go maybe 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, huh?
So the couple of calls that I got about the pack of wild dogs, they were, their response, the public response was, we don't have anybody that we can send right now. So I'm not sure what's the definition of that. Looking into that a little bit further might better clarify going forward. So I definitely am interested in finding out. I think the people deserve, as I said, to know where the $200,000 been going for multiple years.
Okay, so you want me to ask him 3 years back?
Yes.
Okay.
So I would say, obviously, the dogs that are running loose don't look at the city limits signs. And the people that were calling me were friends. They were in the rural areas of the parish,
Dog's pretty
outside the
smart, but
city
he can't
limits.
read, so.
Right. So, from what the stories I've been told, the dogs have been running through the parish, into the city, out into the rural areas.
Oh, yeah.
So they everywhere. So, it's a problem for parish-wide. It's not parish outside the city limits or inside the city limits, and it's unfortunate that the parish administration seems to want to give up on because they represent everybody parish-wide, not just people in the rural areas. So I think they're missing an opportunity to serve the public as they were elected to. And I would also just encourage you to maybe to rethink voting tonight, because if, as you mentioned, if the spay and neuter is the answer moving forward, I think we should maybe reconsider and go ahead and get that in place, because 6 months from now, we're gonna have more dogs. If we don't do spay and neuter, we're gonna have more problems than we have today. And if that's the end result of what we think the fix is,
I think it's part of the solution. Everybody
Yeah.
I talk to, every vet I
That's
talk
not
to,
gonna-
every long-term solution is a heavy spay and neuter program.
Right.
You know, just to try to stop as many animals as you can from reproducing,
Sure.
because we lose in the battle. I mean, that's for
Right.
sure.
So I would just say that this,
well, I
this
just-
might be a good investment for us to, to be in a better spot
And we
6
have
months from
steps
now.
to flesh out. You know,
Right.
what we could do is vote for it and just say, flesh it all out and come back. I don't mind doing
right.
it. But I don't want to do it with no money. In
what I
other
would
words, I
Yeah, I don't
handle
have
my
the money.
business at these meetings, and I don't ever do any, ever see me do anything that I can't back up.
Right.
So I come to y'all to say, okay, is this something you're interested in? If it is, it doesn't mean I'm gonna run out and spend the $20,000 without you.
No, I'd like for you to have that funding in place.
Okay.
If you do come across a solution that we could enter into an agreement or further research an agreement.
Okay.
And you have that funding to
I
at
can
least
do
get
that.
it started.
I'd
Because
like
that,
to-
as you mentioned, the research you've already done, that is a good way to get it started, to reduce the problem.
It
And
reduces the cats really quick. The dogs, if you can do, and that'd be
No, that-
illegal.
that
If
makes
you
sense.
Can do, and maybe you do a reduced price. Let's say it's $100 an animal.
To do a voucher.
So you do a voucher.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, and maybe they got a $40 voucher or
Right.
$50 voucher or something like that. But then you're catching a lot of dogs as well.
Right.
But again, I didn't want to do anything without bringing it. If you tell me, you got $20,000 worth of bullets, come back and tell us how you're going to shoot them. I will be glad to look into it and figure that out.
I'd
But
prefer
when
if
I
you
realized
had,
we had a bigger picture problem, I said,
Right.
man, I got to go tell a story.
in the major scope of things, if a $2 million solution is what we may be inevitable to incur, $20,000 is not gonna
I
make
thought
or break
that,
the
but
deal.
I don't want to be flippant
So,
about it.
no, I'm just encouraging you to reconsider
Okay,
and
okay.
take
That's fine.
the funding and be prepared to negotiate
The big
on our
picture is
behalf.
$20 million. It's probably a $600,000 match, and it's a reoccurring cost every year for employees.
Correct.
So it's a big picture thing.
Right, no doubt.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I would just ask you to reconsider that and let us potentially pass that so you can have that
Okay.
funding in place.
Yes, ma'am. Councilwoman Brooke Markcott.
Of course, I appreciate you wanting to do the spay neuter program. It's obviously a really good item to have in your town whenever you have such an issue as this one.
We do.
But the biggest thing right now is the wild pack of dogs. Nothing seems to be getting done about it because the dogs are too smart to go into the traps. Can our police officers have tranquilizer guns and help out with that? That is to sedate the dogs, by the way.
I don't know about that.
Sedate
We-
them.
we
Bring them
the
to the
image
dog pound
the
before
image
March.
The image of police shooting dogs with anything is not.
If they can carry guns, why can't they have tranquilizer?
I got.
I mean,
I mean,
it's sedate. Remember, sedate.
I don't know. Look, I got
is.
I got three of my top administration people in the audience, but I don't know about that. They laughing if nothing else. I don't know about that. You know what I don't want to get? I don't want to get like the first movie, the first Jaws. Well, everybody came out to kill Jaws, and there were people like crazy. I could envision, if I say, okay, I'll take this 20, go get the pack of dogs. I mean, this place would be out of control. And in those movies, the mayor always looks stupid. I don't plan on looking stupid.
You actually have to have the medicine from
Yes.
a vet to do that.
No.
So they wouldn't just give it to anybody. But I don't know why no one else is doing it. It
Well,
doesn't-
nobody that I found was running around.
No, no one is. But how else are you going to catch them?
I don't know.
Nothing else makes sense, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I know it sounds crazy.
I just think you have a dog catcher who's trained to be a dog catcher. They probably do use tranquilizer guns, but
But
I
clearly
don't
are
know.
not.
I don't know.
They are clearly not doing that. I mean, for those dogs to still be an issue.
Yeah, and they're not going to get in the trap.
Something's
They're
not
not.
happening.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. I mean, they're too smart for that.
Nope.
Have you heard anything lately
About
about
what?
a sighting or an attack from the dog? I haven't heard anything.
Not
Oh,
an
yeah, no, they
attack,
still-
But
they're
just that
still-
they
They're
see
still
them.
going.
Yeah, they're still around. Oh, yeah.
There's been several people who are.
Oh, well, there's a little Facebook page that is just tracking the dog.
Yeah, everyone sees it, like just about every night. They have them
I haven't heard
somewhere.
anything. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe people are actually taking care of their animals and keeping them
Right.
in enclosures and not be able to
a good
attack that way,
possibility.
maybe. I don't know. That was my 2 cents, sorry.
You know,
Sorry to suggest a
My
tranquilizer
assistant
dart,
chief,
but
my
I don't know
assistant
what
chief,
else to
my
do.
chief, and one of my captains is sitting in the back. So I don't know if they want to chime in on that one. That's a,
They look like they want no parts of
yeah, I
that.
think they're just listening tonight. But
Okay.
anyway, yes, sir. Mayor Pro Tem
Well, I'm
Ricky
not,
Nelson.
listen to the comments. I'm gonna be a little bit more on point on this one for sure. To this day, the amount of calls I'm seeing and what I'm hearing at the parish facility, I mean, there's no way you can provide a service for a city if your own house is not in order. And I think that there's some significant problems in the shelter now that need to be addressed. And if they're not addressed, then we can't expect any more service. Now, with that being said, multiple calls to try to pick up the pack of dogs, I see no service being rendered to the city for our contract currently. If it is, I'll offer some data or some accountability. I've asked, I see none. I got people calling. I can't even waste my breath to call because I get no service. And it's frustrating because we got to service our people. We got to service our citizens. I think we're being boxed in currently by this position we're being put in, and it's a position that's going to be very, very difficult from an administration point and a council point and to accommodate the services that these people deserve. I mean, wild dogs shouldn't be allowed in the city. I mean, I got one person call me today, said, excuse my name, but I don't give a damn what y'all do. Get the dogs out the city. You my council member. That's what he told me. And he's right. I can't tell him no different. It is. We have a contract. We got to get the dogs, and we're getting nothing for our service. So I really applaud the idea of an audit to see where our money's going. I applaud an audit for maybe moving forward with a spay and neuter program and just trying to get the information at least. And I'm not sure what the answer is. God knows if we got to build our own shelter, that's going to be a big bump in the road. But I'm sure with the creative thinking that's up here tonight, we'll get it done. Because we serve the people right, and we'll get it done in some way or form. It may put us in a different position, but we'll have to get it done. But at the same time, I think, like Mr. Como said, there's no boundaries for dogs. But I mean, if you can't run an in-house program, why not get together and offer some brighter minds or outside the box thinking and try to get together and see what the problem is and solve the problem for the betterment of all the parishes and all the communities. Not one time did we get a call saying, look, we can't pick up dogs, any suggestions or what, we'd offer the truck, we'd offer the cage, right? We offer services and nothing comes back. So obviously there's a lack of communication on this dog issue. It needs to be some more communications. I would hope that at the end of the day, we can solve this problem for the betterment of the whole community, everybody we represent. But at the end of the day, I'm not scared to take a leap forward to protect the city people. But protecting the city people, and when they said earlier, oh, well, half the dogs are from the city. How do you know half the dogs are from the city? How do you know the parish dogs didn't run in the city? You caught them in the city. You don't know that. So you can't count dogs unless you got numbers. They don't all have collars. So I'm getting some feedback that the dog shelter that is being run by the parish is defunct and it's not operating correctly. So I don't expect anything better to their houses being fixed. And I applaud the mayor's effort to go out and reach out and try to solve this problem. We all got our backs against the wall on this one, and I say we stay out, keep our nose pinned down to the concrete. We get accountability. We find out where our money's going and see if we can work through this resolution to service our people. It's an important issue.
It is. Everybody spoke once already? Okay. Traffic cop, you know.
So the money we're paying the parish for this service, is that a annual one-time payment? Is it paid monthly or?
We pay it in 4 installments at the quarterly. And like I said, so we have that money. We're not broke when it comes to dog, you know.
Right.
We're not going to get back the $30,000 from the health unit.
That's a millage.
You know, that's a millage. Whether we could say, you know, cut us that if you're going to continue to use it for your dog shelter after you boot us out, I don't know. We could try. But the 171.5, you know, comes out of our general fund because we don't have any money. We have no financing for
revenue.
You know,
Right.
we used to, like I said, when I got here, we put aside $21,000 a year.
Right.
So, but the little bitty bright spot in this mess is that we have $171,500 that we have been budgeting since 2018. It's not enough to do much. Can't pay a note, you know, because and that's the big thing. First of all, if you find a grant it'll take a while.
Yeah.
If you go after capital outlay, you get it 1 year and it's priority 5, you get it the next year, it's priority 1, if that would even be an option.
Right.
And then you're coming up with, like I said, they give you $2 million, you've got to come up with 600,000. So, and we have no stopping point unless we have absolutely no animal control at all and bank money. We can't do that. I mean, our citizens deserve better than that. So it's a bit of a puzzle, but.
So that was leading to my next question was, so we have another payment on this contract?
Well, we signed a contract, so we are.
It ends in March.
We're probably paid up, or maybe one more payment. I think we have one left.
Okay,
So
well,
one
I'm just asking, because if what service, if they don't have a dog catcher coming to pick up the dogs, then what service are we getting for this, for the 200,000?
Right.
So, I
Whatever
mean,
dogs, I'm not taking sides, I'm trying to just work through an issue. Whatever dogs are already in there that were furthest for the city, that, I don't know how you count them either.
Yeah.
Whatever dogs that are in
you figure
there,
that one out.
they're still living there, they're still gotta eat, they still gotta get
Right.
pet treatment.
So
Some
I'm,
of that money is probably I'm gonna be told, is allocated to take care of what's in the shelter.
so, I guess that I'm asking questions and I'm not
No, it's
sure
fine.
that you would
Yeah,
even.
I brought up a whole issue that I don't have the answer to, but
Well,
you
yeah,
gotta
and
start
I'm
somewhere.
not sure that
you know?
I expect you to have all these answers right off, but so my thought process on that would be, how long has it been since they've had a dog catcher? That would be a question that I would like to have an answer to. And if so, how else are they getting dogs in this shelter, for the shelter to be full? Are people dropping off?
I do
as
know
on-
that people constantly drop animals off. They
Right.
get there in the morning, same thing at Angel Paws. We'd get there to go to work and we were building the shelter and they would just, dogs tied up to the fence.
Right.
So I'm sure that happens there.
Right.
I do know they do put traps out and probably trap some dogs. And I'm not saying they don't go pick anything up. I just know like that pack of dogs is at least right now is above their capability.
Yeah.
Dogs also end up there because they bite people, because we have the dangerous dog ordinance, and there are times that our officers have to get involved, and, the animal's right there because it just bit somebody. So many times it's somebody's pet, so it, bites somebody and runs back in the house. I mean, so then we have to get that dog, they have to come and get it. They bring it to the vet, to the shelter, they keep it, so, that's some of the paths that they take to get there.
I guess my final comment would be the only thing worse than wasting money in the past is wasting more money in the future if we're
I
not
agree.
getting a service.
I agree.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to get to is, are we getting a service and what's the value of that service? And
Right.
should we pay the final note if he's canceling it? And the point is, if we're not getting the service, we shouldn't be paying for it. I guess that's my point.
I understand.
And I don't expect you to have that answer. I'm
It's
just,
$700 a month for a kennel.
Right.
I mean, if you look at it another way, and I'm being smart, you can rent a house for $700 a month, but now that's the medical, that's the food, that's everything, that's, cleaning up behind it. But yeah, I always look at that and say, for the kennels we get, and we're paying $700 a month for, for that kennel.
Got one thing too.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible, like, you can probably see if you can talk to him and see if we can extend our contract with him for maybe another 6 months or so besides that, until we kind of come up with something that we can all agree on to move forward on?
I'm not saying that's not an option, but we do have to know what we're getting for our money now.
Right,
I kind
right,
of think
right.
that the just as I'm putting it together, I mean, I'm as equally clueless on what we're really going to do as the rest of you, but we're coming up with ideas. So we get an audit quickly, hopefully. We find out what we're paying for and what's been happening lately, because we can't vote on spending more money,
Right.
if we're not
Agree
getting
with
any
that.
services.
I agree with that.
So if we're all comfortable that we're getting services, then that's the possibility of asking for an extension.
Right, right.
I don't have the letter, I just have a phone call, but I mean, Larry's never he
Yeah.
says he's quitting, he's probably quitting.
Right, and I'm just
You
an
knew he
option.
was quitting before
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
so, before I did, so, if he is really quitting, then, we can offer that. I did offer to start trying to find a dog catcher for the city and start picking the dogs up, and he told me no
Right.
immediately. So I think we figure out what we're paying for. We figure out if we as a council are comfortable to continue to pay before we ask for an extension.
Right.
And then we could ask for an extension. But, you know, we can't continue to, there's not a lot of accountability. There's not a lot of, you know, pressure to immediately do something, which
That
is
is
why the
true.
chief
That's true.
wrote a letter and said, some kid's gonna get mauled, you know, we gotta act on this.
That's true.
So, you know, is it a possibility? I'm gonna throw it in the hat with the rest of the possibilities.
Yeah.
But we have to understand what we're getting. As a body
We have to
who
understand what we're
spends
getting.
tax dollars, we have to know
Right,
what
I'm just
we're
asking
getting.
that, on the other tip.
On the list, I'm putting
on the
that
list,
down as another.
Because we
possible.
still gonna have to get together and realize, well, we gonna get the money to move forward to do some of the
Yeah.
other things
Oh, I
too,
know.
so.
I know. Not gonna be
But
easy.
I'm just asking,
Yeah,
if we find out everything
That's on
what
my
that
list.
money's being spent for, like Mr. Troy said,
yeah.
then we can try to figure out if we can get an extension, to start figuring out where we can go from there, you know?
Yes, sir. I'm just
Mayor,
gonna go back
maybe-
around. I mean,
I know we have a couple of things. I think we got a sewer plant. We work together on the parish and the city
yes,
on Cotton Street.
yes.
Won't you offer the parish president, say, look, let's do a partner, city and parish, for something that everyone can benefit from. If it's employees, maybe we can have employee or something, a couple working there at the dog place to benefit everybody. If it's manager not right and we need some employees there, maybe we can work that out. But the investment that is gonna be put into that dog shelter, animal control, whatever you wanna call it, is a lot of taxpayers' dollars where everybody should benefit from. So if the employees is a problem, and the dog catcher is a problem, and I think you offered, or was talking about getting your own dog catcher, and what else, maybe we can partner on that end versus going totally opposite. That is just a waste of taxpayers' money. Where there's a solution that could be done here, I really believe. Because, as you mentioned, those dogs coming in the city, they might not be city dogs.
Yeah,
They
we
don't
don't
have a
know.
driving
We
license.
don't have a clue.
Yeah, so it's a problem for the community. And most
funny.
dogs in the parish got so much land, I don't think the issue they having is as bad as ours.
No, we're
sure.
As a city of 29,000 people, we're compact. People
Yeah.
are on top of each other. We have a ton of dogs.
But I would like you
Yeah.
to send that proposal to see if it's a definite nope, or maybe we can. What does it hurt to talk about working, have a joint shelter for the dog? What would the disadvantage? I'd love to know that, but we would have to have employees
We
there.
just need, I'll try anything if we have accountability. you
But if
know?
we have people there,
Right. There has to
We
be
would-
accountability
Absolutely,
for the dollars. There has to be some kind of performance indicator.
Yeah.
You have to know where you're at.
but you have to have people on
We,
site.
what we have right now, we're just sending a
Not
check.
working. Right.
And it's not working, and we're not getting what we need to get, and there is no accountability. So, you know, I watched it not work with the police department when, you know, it didn't. It was all one-sided. This, what we have right now is a one-sided agreement. You'd have to break it down and spend some time to structure it that everybody's got equal skin in the game. You're not wrong. If you got equal skin in the game, you got people that can work together, you know, you can make something happen. Because I don't really want to spend, you know, we have a lot of things happening. We got roads going, we got drainage going, we got opportunities coming, we got a lot of commitments. I can't turn those commitments off. You know, so to think that I'm gonna spend $500,000 a year in, you know, whatever, in bond cost and all of that, spend a few $100,000 in labor, spend employees, spend, you know, $2.1 million on a structure. Because once we go that route, there's no going back.
Oh, no.
You know,
Exactly.
he's about to spend whatever money he has, wherever he got. I mean, I don't really know all of that yet, but he's about to spend $1 million that he got through, I think, the state, on a small shelter. It's not big, you know, from what I understand, because he has an existing building. You know, so once he spends that, you know, the parish is not going to be really interested in doing anything else because they are self-sufficient for themselves. Once we spend a couple of $1 million, you know, then we're stuck. We both have a facility that, you know, that's just the way it's going to stay. So I'm open to, I'll work with anybody, but it just needs to be fair and it needs to have an accountability factor that we're not in the position we are right now where we're not driving the bus and we just keep paying. you know?
I guarantee that's $200,000 is paying 3/4 of that operation expense over there,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Okay, so we're
So-
going back around, I guess, if y'all don't mind. Yes, sir.
Mayor, it sounds like we,
After, go ahead, and then I'll call on
Go
Dean
ahead.
after.
Well, I suggest you might have Jeff look into, I think when it comes to dogs, there may be some more obligation on the parish to provide the shelter if they've been, if they're vicious dogs or have been captured in that.
Okay.
So have Jeff look into that. I think when it comes to dogs, I think there is some, perhaps, laws that says the parish should provide the shelter for that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Councilman Ron Davis.
it's a lot of good conversation here, because, of course, Iberia, we have a problem. And Councilman Como over there made the suggestion that we take the $20,000 that we were trying to allocate for spade and neuter and just accept that part to be able to move forward in the event we have to. The also the accountability side is going to give us an idea moving forward if we have to develop the shelter as such, and hopefully, as everybody's indicating, that we can come to an agreement. So this is something that we're going to have to be dealing with, and I think that eventually we will. With the minds that we have here and the people there for whatever accountability we have. So tonight we won't have the answer, but this is all good
Plan on it
conversation.
tonight.
Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
start.
Yes, it's a start. But the noodle program and all that good stuff, I think, is something we were already trying to
But,
do.
yeah.
It will circumvent certain issues, not all, and having more into it. We may not ever get away from that part, so at least we'll have something in place. 6 months is not a long period of time, and we are about to get into the little budgeting factor, so the communications and stuff, I guess, need to get moving forward and looking into whatever else, so I don't know if we need to take on any other responsibilities right now, as far as for trying to help out, but hey, we're all in it together right now.
Good, thank you. Anybody else? Everybody good? Then we didn't do that yet, so from what I'm hearing, I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but we would need a motion to allocate the $20,000 and let me start investing. I'm not spending it yet. Let me start getting information and looking at who we might partner with on a spay and neuter program, and then I'll come back.
Motion on that.
Okay, so
A second.
I know Troy had his hand up too, so,
And Troy made the motion
Okay.
initially. Troy made the motion initially,
okay,
so let him take that.
So you got a motion, Councilman Troy Como, and a second, David Merrill. Okay, is there any discussion on this item? Then I'd ask you to vote your machines. All right, I got a lot of homework. Thank y'all very much. Good discussion, and, we don't have the answers yet, but I think people can see we're concerned. They can see we're taking this serious, and, we're gonna work on it.
And if the letter does come, we need to know, because
As soon as a letter, if it does come, you will know about it, and, Councilman Marcotte, I'll be looking into tranquilizer guns.
Will you really, though?
Just
Yeah, it's
don't
kinda
let
cool.
her
It would be
have
kinda
one.
cool.
And look, just don't give her one.
Seems so
okay?
simple.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to be the one doing it, and I mean, I feel like
Never
they
know.
already have the training.
Oh, yeah, we'll Jaws again. All right, item 5C, Madam Clerk.
Resolution number 2597, a resolution taking action on the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness Temporary Housing and Shelter Assistance Program, expedited temporary housing assistance waiver of land use / permitting form, and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documentation in connection therewith.
I need a motion.
Second.
Councilman Troy Como and Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. I see it's here tonight. This item, this is to approve that, and I'll use the tornado as my example, okay? We had the tornado, it came, we actually didn't have this in place. We, at the time, had said, well, we'll deal with it if something comes. You know, if we get a hurricane or we get a tornado, or we get something, we'll worry about it then. Well, I found myself in a weird position. Public Works moved in, we cleaned. I can tell you volunteers came from all over and they said we never saw anybody clean up anything that fast. We got on it. Public Works went there every day, all day, and we just got it done. We work with the Cajun Navy. We work with Catholic Charities. We organized all kind of stuff. I just went over there and I took it as my personal mission. It was fun. It was tragedy, but you got to deal with it. But I had to start begging to get some trailers. I got help from Press. I got help, who was Brent's predecessor. But we had to make a bunch of calls ourselves because we had said, oh, we don't need that. So I learned a lesson. I mean, when you got people that, one, you're there pulling them out of a trailer that's flipped over on its side, and you're there the whole time, and then you come back later and they have no place to live, and you know, everything's in shambles, and they just lost everything. It makes sense. What this would do is, if and when, and it's not a FEMA camp, okay? It's not like you're gonna get 100 trailers in there from somewhere else. This is on a site next to a house or a mobile home that has been damaged. It's there for that family. They can leave it for a year, and I think you can get it extended for another year from what I read. I get all that right, Brandon?
Yes, sir.
You want to go on there? Yeah. But anyway, so that's what this is about, but I just wanted to kind of share that I really had to change your heart and realize this is something we might need. It's our people.
So good evening, everybody. My name is Brandon Miguez. I'm the Emergency Management Director for the parish. I replaced Press in January. So what this does is there's normally a gap that takes place between a storm and FEMA's temporary housing program. In 2022, the state responded to Hurricane Ida by coming up with a program that FEMA supported, but it was state-run. And that program is getting campers and stuff and allowing people to put it next to their home. So it kind of fills the gap between what FEMA's going to provide and those individuals immediately after the storm. So this allows the city and the parish and all the municipalities to waive those processes or those land use agreements that you have in the city. It doesn't mean you have to decide on it now. You know, you can go undetermined, and it makes it faster once the storm hits, that it's already in place. This is an annual requirement, so every year we got to renew it. And that's about it.
Councilman Dandall.
So you're saying if someone's home is destroyed or messed up, they will have a certain period of time they can put a camper there to live in until it's repaired?
Yes, sir. And this camper is provided by the state of Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. But what I want to make sure, it has to be at the home that's destroyed. They can't put it at their sister's house and live in it if their house is not destroyed, the sister.
No, this is.
I just want to make sure it's on the
on the
property of the
property.
home that's
Land use.
damaged.
It says adjacent.
Yeah, it says
Immediately
adjacent.
adjacent to the home. This is not for apartment complexes. The mobile homes are kind of, they're already in that position because that land is already allowed for mobile homes and you know, RV type
Good. Thank you.
facilities. So.
Got a question on it, Joe.
Yes, sir. Councilman Dearborn.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I really do. Because FEMA is not putting out the money they used to put out.
Correct.
To try to help with a lot of hurricane victims and stuff like
He's
that.
doing all the work for FEMA now.
Yeah, so
I'm telling you.
that's gonna be a plus to add to whatever they're gonna fund out. So I think it's a good idea. I really do.
Yeah, so the expectation with FEMA is that, you know, I mean, what it's going to just
Right,
while I'm
right,
here is
yeah.
that they're gonna start doing less.
Right, they're going all the way down, pretty much.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to amend my motion to opt in to the program. This form says opt in or opt out.
Right, right.
So
In.
I was in. I'm in.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You sure?
I think it's a good idea because that'll keep people on their properties instead of displace them and have to go in a hotel or somewhere and it be like they're at home.
Correct,
So I think
correct.
that's
And the closer, you know, in my experience with disasters, the closest you can get a person to their home, the faster their recovery is.
Yeah, all their support systems here,
everything's
their
here.
family members are here,
Right.
everything they know.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Councilman Rodriguez.
I think this is a wonderful idea. just being in South Louisiana, you know, you can get faced with anything at any given time, you know, natural disasters that we are faced with and emergencies. People are already going through something, so
Right.
this just helped the situation along, and it cuts out the bureaucracy. So I think that giving the mayor this position would help out people in a time of need. It'd be great.
Good. Anybody else? Everybody good?
Yep.
Please vote your machines.
Definitely yes on that.
Yeah. Can't thank you enough for all
Thank
you
y'all.
do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a good evening. All right, 6A.
Introduction of special ordinance number 2024-2025-21, an ordinance amending the budget to allocate additional funding for city hall maintenance and setting for public hearing on September 16th, 2025.
This is $15,000 I'd like to put in the budget. This poor old girl keeps going, but man, it breaks a lot. We got something constantly. We've had some more plumbing issues. We are washing the building right now, which is desperately needed, trying to keep it up so I don't have to repaint it again. But we're constantly having something wrong in this building, so just a little concerned I might run out of money before November 1. So I want to put 15,000 in. I will roll it over as building maintenance if, you know, I don't use it. But we're to the point that the well's kind of dry. And again, I don't go 2 months without having to do something here. I barely make a month without having to fix something.
I move.
That's what we're doing. Got a move by
Second.
Councilman Troy Como and a second by Mayor Pro Tem Ricky Gonsalas. Is there any questions or comments on this? And I'd ask you to please vote your machines. Thank you very much. 6B.
Introduction of special ordinance number 2024-2025-22, an ordinance amending the budget to facilitate funding change for guardrail associated with Pepperplex Access Road project and setting for public hearing on September 16th, 2025.
I need a motion.
Second.
Councilman Troy Como and Councilwoman Brooke Marcotte. This is $80,000. I'm gonna take it out of the TIF district. The Pepperplex is in the TIF district. If you remember, we bought the property, we're putting in a limestone road, we're crossing the ditch that we had so much trouble with the gas company to work around their gas lines. All that's under construction now, and that is gonna be the second way out to the Pepperplex, because we can't continue to develop that. We're about to drop $4 million more there without having this second way out. We thought our Pepperplex project, which is 3-point-something million from the state plus our match, would have long been started. It is almost finished design. It goes out for bid in a couple of months, but the road is now underway. So I catch myself having a crossing for that canal with a big giant box culvert type bridge, and I don't have any rails on it. Because the rails were gonna happen in the Pepperplex project with some of the state money. So what's happening, I don't wanna wait, because then we won't be able to utilize it. This is gonna actually be better, that the contractor who's doing all the work will build 2 concrete walls on each side of this big box culvert. So now you have more like a real bridge that people are used to. So, one, it's better than the guardrails we were gonna get. We didn't lose the money for the guardrails that's in the Pepperplex project. It'll be utilized in some other way on the Pepperplex project. But if I can get this going now, what I didn't want, I felt really bad that we would finish the road, finish the crossing, and then we couldn't use it because it wouldn't be safe in a car. You know, our first week of running a big tournament, we don't need a car falling off this little bridge into the canal. So we decided that we would shift some money now so that the contractor could get it done. And then we'll use the money that was for that in the Pepperplex project when it bids out in a couple of months. So that's what we're trying to do.
Mayor, where is it? Is it just come out of general budget?
It's gonna come out of the TIF district.
Oh,
That
TIF,
was an
I see.
area that, that builds up. It's not, we don't have this giant TIF district. The parish has the largest TIF district in the state. It runs parish line to parish line, all of Highway 90. We have a little bitty one. Theirs brings in $250,000 a month. Ours brings in $20,000 to $23,000 a month. So it's a much different game. But it does bring in, and I'm very appreciative of that,
Yeah.
it does bring in $23,000 a month. So we have money there. We try to use that money for incentives for some new businesses. We try to spend it in the TIF district on improvements. So, this is, in the long run, helping all the hotels and the restaurants and everything else that's in our TIF district.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Parish-wide TIF district.
Oh, yeah, well, let me tell you, y'all did a number on that. That thing is huge. Yes, sir.
the monies that was already allocated
Yes.
will go back into the TIF district once we move it out.
No, sir, the TIF will keep building up, but the money that's with the state, where we would have put these guardrails in the Pepperplex project, will be spent still on the Pepperplex project. I can't move state money into our TIF district. So I'll take that money and us, David, we didn't even bid the job yet. So let's get through the bid, let's see where our prices are, and then we'll figure out what we'll do with that.
Okay, just curious.
Oh, yes, sir. Anybody else? Everybody good? Then I'd ask you to please vote your machines. Thank you very much. Councilman remarks, I'll start with Councilman Dan Dahl tonight.
Okay. Mayor, I'm still disturbed by the dogs. If you get a letter from the parish president,
Yes.
could you get a copy of that letter and send it to all the parish councilmen that represents the city of New Iberia?
You don't think the parish council people?
I can't speak for him, I don't know.
Okay, I mean, I'll send it to everybody. I'll send it to all the parish and all the city.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
think,
y'all should
the
get it as
parish
quick
is
as I
not a
get it
problem,
to
but I know there's people represent the city of New Iberia. They need to know exactly
Okay.
what went down and not what you might have heard. This
Yeah.
is what really happened.
I'm fine with that.
Because I find
I'll
we
send
got
it to everybody.
representation in the city up there, and it seems like we don't get much from them. So maybe there's something that they can do
Okay.
to help us come with a solution.
I'll be glad to do that, sir.
Thank you. That's it.
On Iberia Community Resource Coalition will have a meeting at Iberia Parish Library in the Front Hill Main Street, September 12th at 1 p.m. It's just a coalition of community services that will come together, to advise the people of what's available to them. So I think it'd be a good opportunity for people to come out and see where we can take our resources and network them in a time of need. So,
Cool.
it'd be a nice time.
Yes, sir. David Murphy.
I think we had a good meeting tonight. I appreciate everybody's information that they brought to us. I'm just hoping that everything can be worked out with this situation as well, and we can all take our time and think about it. And another thing too, I hope the parish president would work with you on that, and we can get some type of information back on that situation. And no neighborhood watch meeting for me this month. I'm gonna prolong it till October. And other than that, I pray that everything works out this month. We got Sugarcane Festival coming up, so we're looking at doing some things. That's
Thank you,
it.
sir.
I'm light tonight. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I do want to say that I did make the request to bring my golden doodle tonight. I thought he could have heard, the conversation, but it didn't work out. I couldn't get approval. Since it affects him too, this conversation. But with the lightheartedness, I think it's an interesting topic and a very critical topic for our pets and our dogs and the citizens. So let's try to work together on that.
Thank you.
So, it's pretty hard to follow, Mr. Gonsolin. Just for clarification, people have spoken about in the parish. So, as I understand it, when parish officials are speaking about in the parish, they mean in the rural areas of the parish and not inside the city limits. So there is a distinct difference between in the parish and parish-wide. Just for those people who are not familiar with the two forms of government, it's very misleading when parish officials say, we're gonna do that in the parish. Well, they don't mean parish-wide. So they're actually as what was shared tonight, an example, parish-wide, except for inside the city limits, which is a large amount of people
Yeah, 42% of the parish.
that are
How much?
in the parish,
Yes, sir.
but not parish-wide.
That's right. Two different things. Thank you for that. That's funny. Yes, sir. Councilman Warren White.
Anything tonight?
Okay.
Oh, okay. The Iberia Homeless Shelter is having a fundraiser. They're selling ads, and the ads range from $75 to $500. If you guys are interested in purchasing an ad for their souvenir book is what it's going to go in, 20-year souvenir book, let me know. They're due on November 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you. I just really have one. Our engineer, Bear Out of Habits, John, when John left here, he went to the site. So he went to the site and talked to the contractor. So I guess they were all still there, even though it's late. And they are going to, because that was a really good point. I was actually going to call him tomorrow. Where they're putting the concrete fill, okay? Because you asked a good question. They're going to replace the service line where it's going to be encapsulated in that fill. Because it's going to be 4 foot deep. You're never going to get to it again. It's concrete. So they're going to replace that, pour their concrete, finish their main line. So now all that's encapsulated. Then they'll do their smoke testing and know if they need to go from that point past the concrete fill on. Because when Councilman Davis asked that, I said, you know, they're going to be covering up something they can't get to. So he must have had the same thought. Went to the site, got that all coordinated, and he said that we got a couple of other voids coming, which we knew. But anyway, I just wanted to fill that in and just to show you, let me tell you, John does a good job for us. He takes this really serious. He also does our monitoring for when we have hurricanes and debris removal and measures every dump truck, and he's on his game. So that was good to hear, but that kind of followed up with your question. And really, I don't think we talked enough tonight. So I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Thank you.
Second.